Hi, I'm Renee Flanagan. Welcome to the Vision High School Sports Beat.
The Vision High School Sports Beat is brought to you by the 9 locally owned Vision Automotive Group dealerships from Buick, GMC, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Hyundai, Ford, Kia, and Nissan, with locations in Webster, Henrietta, Greece, Penfield, Fairport, and Canandaigua. Online at visionauto.com. Hello everyone, and thanks for joining us for the Vision Automotive Group's High School Sports Beat. I'm Bill Pucko. Every week at this time, we take a comprehensive look at sports in Section 5 in Monroe County, and we start with our honor roll of high school teams. At number 3, the East High girls basketball team. State champions 2 years ago and the Sports Beat Team of the Year for 2011 and 12, the Orientals have bounced back and are off to a 4-0 start this season. Brianna Kaysen had a 24-point game against Marshall. At number 2, the Churchville Chi-Lai boys basketball team, also off to an undefeated start. Anthony Lewis had a 20-point game and a win over Brockport. The Saints are 3-0. They won 5 games over the last 2 basketball seasons combined. And the number 1, Charlotte, is 4-0. Malik Herring scored the elusive quadruple-double against Greece Olympia. Malik had 16 points, 10 rebounds, 11 assists, and 10 steals for the Lakesiders. Which brings us to Bishop Kearney High School. After winning a very high-profile state boys basketball championship last year, there's a new kingdom at Kearney this season. Here's Dan Fates.
We may be far from South Beach, but for the past 2 seasons, the Bishop Kearney boys basketball team can be compared to the Miami Heat. College coaches, TV cameras, and reporters filled the gyms every game. But after winning last year's state title, the circus is over. Big-name players Antoine Anderson and Chinua Boku have graduated to D1 colleges. Thomas Bryant, the number 15th ranked high school player in the country by ESPN, transferred to Huntington Prep School in West Virginia, and head coach John Boone retired and left for greener pastures. It's now time to rebuild a new kingdom.
It was actually crazy. It was a lot of attention coming from the school and all around. And yeah, it was real crazy. With all the different colleges and everything coming and seeing all the different players, because we had Thomas, Chino, and Antoine too, and they really brought a lot of attention to the school.
It was kind of a surreal type of scenario where you got big time coaches in the gym with you guys, but to me they're just ordinary people looking at the kids, and the ultimate goal was to get kids scholarships.
But for a season that ended in roses, it wasn't always sunshine. The Kings struggled to come together, and at the halfway point, they found themselves under 500.
The media, everyone talking about us, and then when it got in the beginning of the season, we kind of struggled a little bit. It was all the hype went down, and then we was kind of quiet and forgot about it. But then towards the end of the season, right when session started, we started rolling again, and then that's when we got big.
What was it like during the middle parts when people were asking, you have all these great players and you weren't really getting the W's to go along with it?
Again, people are always going to be criticizing when things are not going right. And with any sport, when things don't go right, we talk to the team, stay together, everything a gel in the right time, and it did.
With the media circus over, the Bishop Kearney Kings look forward to just getting back to playing basketball and seeing what this year's team has in store for an encore. Are you guys excited to play a game of basketball without all the cameras and just kind of relax and play the game?
Yeah, it takes a lot of pressure off, but at the same time we still got pressure because people want us to live up to the expectations and live up to the hype from last year and win states again.
But the Kings have even loftier goals this time around, and moving forward, working to bring the circus back to town.
Aquinas is much better than you defensively because they move their feet. They go hard all the time. You don't want to hear that? Then start picking it up.
The ultimate goal is we're trying to continue to get college scouts back into the gym, back following the program.
we actually were trying to be better than they were last year. You know, we don't have all the height and everything, but it's still possible.
For the Vision High School Sports Beat, I'm Dan Fates.
Kearney is 1-1 and ranked 5th in the first coaches poll. When we return, an unmatched resume, and Kim has our Making the Grade nominee.
Hi, I'm Justin Maggio, and you're watching the Vision High School Sports Beat.
The Vision High School Sports Beat is brought to you by ESL Federal Credit Union. For more than 90 years, ESL has been investing in the region where we live and raise our families through personal banking, business banking, and wealth management. With ESL's shared commitment to the community and support for local sports and family events, everyone wins. ESL answers to you. Welcome back. Thanks for watching the Vision Automotive Group's High School Sports Beat. I'm Bill Pucko. This portion of the Sports Beat is brought to you by ESL Federal Credit Union, investing in the region where we live and raise our families through personal banking, business banking, and wealth management. Time now for our honor roll of high school athletes. At number 3, the latest in the long line of big-time basketball players at East High is Dante Carruthers. He got 50 in a game against Marshall. East is 4-0, same as girls' team. Number 2, Sierra Dillard. Gates Chi-Li girls basketball scored 41 against Churchville Chi-Li. That was not only a career high, but a school record. And at number 1, Mickey Burke of the Rush Henrietta cross-country team. Mickey went out to San Diego and raced in the prestigious Locker Room Nationals and finished 4th overall. This is the highest finish for a Section 5 runner in the 35-year history of that event. Which brings us to Webster Schroeder High School and the story of a cheerleader with a resume unmatched in Section 5. She's not your typical cheerleader, far from it. Yet in many ways, jensine falu-montes is just that, typical.
I love cheerleading. It helps me express myself and it's fun. All the fun comes out in me.
But cheerleading isn't her only means of athletic expression. You might remember Jensine as a running back for the Webster Schroeder football team last September, playing against Wilson Magnet. This is what history looks and sounds like. What was the moment like when she got that touchdown last year?
The touchdown last year? If you listen one to the videos, you'll hear somebody screaming like a crazy maniac. That was me.
Falu-montes is widely believed to be the first and only girl to score a touchdown in a Section 5 varsity football game.
Well, I was really excited and I was a little nervous, but I was just doing my best and I just went for it, so yeah.
When was it that you realized that there was a significance to having scored that touchdown?
I didn't really know it was like that big of a deal until everyone's like, you know, you're the first girl that scored in Section 5, and I was like, oh, I didn't know. But I think it was pretty cool.
I mean, I was up in the stands. I was like crying because I was so happy like that a girl got a touchdown and that she did it because she's such a sweet girl. So I was happy for her.
Erica George is now Jensine's cheerleading coach. From where you sit as a coach, is a sport, is she bringing things from football that applies to cheerleading and cheerleading that applies to football?
Yeah, I think so. She, you know, in any sport, I mean, you need to have just the general, like, you need to have discipline and you need to work hard and stuff like that. So she definitely has that and definitely probably got even more from being on our football team.
It seems an odd mix. I remember it struck me in the beginning is that, you know, this football thing is so unusual and the cheerleading thing is so not unusual. Do they fit well together for you?
Yeah, they do. I mean, football I've always done, like, just like outside and stuff, but doing it on the sports team was different, but cheerleading I've done since I was little, so I mean, I love both.
And Falu-montes is no interloper. She grew up with two brothers and played football with them. Jensine was a two-way player, a running back and safety with the East Rochester JV team and scored touchdowns for the Bombers before moving to Webster. Now, you weren't totally on board with the football thing when it started, were you?
Not at all, not at all. A little bit skeptical and worry about her safety and well-being as well. So, but time passed and got on board.
The notoriety is nice, but whether it's football or cheerleading or track this coming spring, Jensine falu-montes is living the dream with her family's full support.
I think it definitely helps round her out, helps her understand other people, gives her drive, teaches her teamwork, helps her grow as a person. So I love it. Absolutely love it.
Dances are done at the games, so if you just cannot get enough of them, you can come see the guys at the game.
Coming up, our Salino and Barnes All-Sport High School Game of the Week comes to you from an indoor hockey rink. How's that for a concept? And Kim drops by with our Making the Grade nominee.
Hi, I'm Brayton Brusha, and you're watching the Vision High School Sports Beat.
Welcome back to the Vision Automotive High School Sports Beat. I'm Kim Burnson. Making the Grade is brought to you by the 9 locally owned Vision Automotive Group dealerships, proud to be Rochester's #1 selling automotive group.
This week, we head to Hilton, where the varsity Lady Cadet soccer team is making the grade. You don't find these ladies wearing pink to look pretty out on the field. They wear pink to support a cause that has been special to this team year after year, a cause that affects thousands of women every day and millions worldwide. That cause is breast cancer awareness. Every year around mid-October, the Hilton soccer team volunteers and donates to Rochester's Making Strides Against Breast Cancer Walk. This October was most certainly no exception. During their senior farewell at their last home game of the season, the Hilton girls varsity soccer team presented an outstanding check of just under $7,000 to representatives of the Making Strides Foundation. The soccer program has raised over $21,000 since September of 2010, all with the money they collected through fundraisers throughout the season. They hope to continue to set the bar higher and higher for future players in the organization and exceed each donation every October. With assistance from Lindsay Pelcher and their coach Steve Sorensen, the Hilton girls varsity soccer team is making the grade.
If you have an idea for a Making the Grade segment, a team or individuals making contributions off the playing field, you can contact us at info@classywolf.com. I'm Kim Burnson. Here's Bill with our Big 3 Plays of the Week.
These are our Big 3 high school plays of the week, compiled in conjunction with 13 WAM Sports. And at number 3, Pittsford Mendon scoring on what we like to call the poor man's alley-oop. Zariel Hendrick to Justin Ruback against Irondequoit. Reese Athena's the top team, and you'll be hearing from Dion Hamilton, who dunked and was on the receiving end of 2 nice Jay Sarkis passes. The Trojans scored 101 points against Gates. And at number 1, Red Fideli's grandson. Anthony Fideli plays hockey for the Grease Thunder. Red and the Brookhouse Restaurant were among the early supporters of the Sports Beat. More from the kid coming up. And up next, some pre-Frozen Frontier High School hockey in our Salino and Barnes All-Sports High School Game of the Week.
Hi, I'm Sam Harding, and this is the Vision High School Sports Beat.
The Vision High School Sports Beat is brought to you by Salino and Barnes. Car accident? Don't wait. Call 888-8888. Call Salino and Barnes today. Welcome back to the Vision High School Sports Beat. I'm Bill Pucko. This portion of the Sports Beat is brought to you by Salino and Barnes, your personal injury lawyers. One has hockey tradition, the other is trying to build it. It's the Thunder and the Patriots in our Salino and Barnes All-Sports High School Game of the Week. Having played in the Section 5 final for the first time last year, Penfield is attempting to build on that experience, and with a 4-1 record is doing just that.
It's nice, especially the group coming back. You know, we have really only 3-4 players that departed from our last year's roster, so the guys really just have bought into, again, what we've been trying to teach and sell to them, again, over the course of the offseason as well as the beginning of the season so far. So far, so good.
The Grease Thunder hockey team went 17-3, only to lose in the first round of sectionals. They're young, but they'll be tough again.
I think they're a really good team. I think we got a good team. I think there's, a ton of parity throughout the league this year. You're going to see a lot of close games.
Where do you think you fit in?
Well, I think we got a good team, but we're definitely a work in progress.
Representing Athena and Odyssey High Schools, the Thunder had the better of play early. Cody Mizzo sent Austin Briganti in on the Penfield net in the game's first 10 seconds. And Greece got the first goal of the game on a play begun by Briganti, developed by Dylan O'Hara, and cashed in by Mizzo. Just over 4 minutes in, Greece led 1-0. Penfield showed some life, and 2.5 minutes later netted the equalizer. Jared Kachilo fed Brian Wall in the slot, and the game was tied. It was Wall's team-leading 6th goal, Kachilo's team-leading 9th assist.
Just a guy right open in front of the net, put it right on a stick, try to get a good shot. That's what happened. So.
Is an assist as good as a goal in this game?
I believe so, yeah. Yeah, even better.
Just before the teams reached the end of that first period, Kachilo got one for himself after a steal and some quick thinking.
Yeah, just spun around right in front of the net, tried to put it on that under the glove, and went in. So.
Now look, at that point, you got a 2-1 lead. You got to be feeling pretty good.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's always hard to keep a lead, though.
It was 2-1 after 1, Penfield. In the second period, with the Thunder on a power play, Mizzo got the puck to Anthony Fideli, who scored 5-hole to tie it.
I see the guy going to the net. I try to get it low, and I actually shot 5-hole, and it went in through the 5-hole, so it worked out pretty good for me.
Do you see the opening first, or does it just sort of create itself?
It's kind of created itself a little bit. I was mainly going for pad. I think I kind of got a little luck, going for the far pad to maybe get a rebound, but went 5-hole and went in. Worked out good.
Mark McNeil put the Thunder in position to score again. McNeil got the corner on a drive into the Penfield zone and found Fideli in front for the go-ahead goal. It was 3-2. It was a damaging minute of hockey for Greece. Nick Signorelli with a scoring opportunity, top shelf. That made it a 4-2 game. In that particular angle, are you looking shot, are you looking pass, or are you looking both?
First off, looked at the pass, but the guy was going down, so just looked to get a shot on that, get a far pad rebound, something like that.
The Thunder capped a productive period of hockey on another power play. Zach Buckholtz and Ethan Mordenga handled the puck before Fideli scored his 3rd goal of the game. The hat trick.
Feels good. It's my first hat trick for this Thunder team, so feels great. Good confidence, and I'll bring my game every game now.
It was 5-2 through 2.
It's 5-2. You've got to clean up the defensive zone. That's not just for this game. That's for the season. No steps backwards defensively. We're watching the puck too much. You got to come back and find a guy. We play this team multiple times a year. They don't quit. This is a good team. They're not going to roll over and die on you. We talked about this. This game is not over. I can tell you that right now. They're going to come out flying. It is not over.
In the third period, the Patriots went with the heroine of the postseason, goalie Megan Browning, who beat Pittsburgh in double overtime with a 42-save effort after being forced into duty. And Penfield got back into the game with a power play goal 4 minutes in. Jacob Sproul with a slap shot from the point made it 5-3. But the Thunder got that one back when Matthew Clark slipped one past Browning from the deep left point to make it a 6-3 game. They got 2 more to close it out by an 8-3 score. With a 5-1 record, Greece tops the Division I standings.
It's a big step. It's our 3rd win, 4th win in a row. We're keep building chemistry. We're gonna just keep building it up and bring this on to sectionals and hopefully get that title.
We didn't really hit our stride till January of last year, so 2 games before we hit the break. So we'll hopefully, put forth a good effort with the next 2 and go from there.
We would like to thank our SportsBeat sponsorship partners, Ross Salino and Stephen Barnes, your personal injury lawyers, ESL Federal Credit Union, ESL Answers to You, and the 9 dealerships of the Vision Automotive Group. They make the SportsBeat possible.
Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next week.